Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you're having a good morning. A little overcast today. Don't think there's going to be any rain, but it's cloudy out. So even though it looks a little darker, it's actually the same time as usual. I want to have a sip of coffee. Hope you guys have a good beverage to start your morning. So we're talking about empathy, and we talked about caring and fairness. Now let's go on to some other stuff that is actually starting to move away from universal empathy and more selective. Uh, there's three of them, three areas I was going to talk about: uh, loyalty, sanctity, and authority. So let's talk. They're all kind of in the same mesh as far as let's talk about loyalty. Um, because today I heard a news article uh, about the fact that the Army is having a really tough time getting recruits to come in to be in the Army. They are now offering $50,000 bonuses if you would sign up today and agree to come in within the next 30 days. So they're way behind on their numbers that they need to achieve their operational goals. Um, Navy and Air Force are also not great, but nowhere near as bad as what the Army has right now. So let's talk about loyalty. I think I mentioned on here before that my dad joined up as soon as he could in the military. It was World War II, and he could actually have been 4F because he had what's called a rapid heart. And his heartbeat was averaging around 140 beats a minute. Didn't seem to hurt him physically. He had a very active life. He hunted to supplement his family for food. He played baseball, very was active doing a lot of other things, and overall was, did pretty good. But in order to get into the military, the doctor says I can't just give you, um, I can't lie, so I'm not going to lie to get you in. But if you went and laid down and your heart, I'll come over and take your pulse when you're asleep, then I'll put that number down. So he did. He laid down, got to sleep. He said it was a little bit later, like an hour or so later, and the guy came in and took his pulse, and his pulse was down to 110. So that was good enough to get in. So then he was in the military. So my mom, back in those days, women were primarily doing a lot of the factory work and support work here at the home while men were off fighting. So, but she was also over there fighting. I mean, she didn't do the guns and stuff like that. She was there in the surgery rooms, assisting and supporting the doctors, as she was a nurse in London. She says, there was bombs coming down and stuff like that, but uh, she was over there for several years in supporting the uh, recovery and surgery for the soldiers there. So she was also very loyal. So here's the part that I may not have told you. Um, when it came to me, when I was old enough, I was very proud of the United States. I was very proud of what we had done in the world. Yeah, I know there's lots of ugly things the U.S. has done, and it's hard to find people that haven't done ugly things. But overall, I was very happy with my country, and I wanted to do my time in the military. So um, I told my mom and mother and father about it, and they were ambivalent. They said, "Son, we love you and we'll support you in this, um, but be aware that Vietnam was very messed up. The treatment of the soldiers and what they did in Vietnam, and the treatment of the soldiers when they returned from Vietnam was very um, discouraging to them on whether or not I should serve for our country." But they said things are getting better. So they said have gotten better, and therefore it's up to you. So I went um, to the Air Force and had a met with the Air Force, and they said, "Well, why don't you come in and we'll do a physical on you to see how you're doing, and then after that, we'll see if it's." I just need to point the ball out to my dog. She's missing her ball. You come in and do a physical, and then we'll go see what's what in the military. So I went in to have my physical done. It went pretty well. I came in there and um, they were professional, but they were very interested in me. You know, with Vietnam, they were still having quota numbers that were very poor. So they were willing to try diligently to get me uh, in there. So after the physical was done, I was still pretty much, I might join the Air Force. I might be in the Air Force for a while. Got done with the regular exam. They said, "Oh, you wear glasses. So we need to send you to an ophthalmologist so they can check out your eyes." And so it wasn't in the area where they did this. It was in another office that was off to the side. They gave me a piece of paper. They said, "Give that to him. Won't cost you anything. He'll look over your eyes." And I got in there, and the guy's like, "Oh my gosh, you have blood in your eyes. You may lose your eyesight." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, you have blood shooting out of your eyes. Yeah, I mean, not shooting out like, psh, but inside your cornea it was pushing blood out, and it may obstruct your vision. You can never, you got to do this and this, never wear contacts again, and so on and so forth." I just started wearing contacts. Listen, you're a young guy, and you wanted to go out and be active and see the different people and stuff. You know, these these are not what you want to wear. If you can wear contacts, it sure does help. So I was a little freaked out and I left and I went to my optometrist and told him what the other guy had said. And he started to laugh. He's like, he said, what? And I told him what they had said. And he's like, no. And he knew the name of the optometrist that I had gone to. And he said that the reason that guy was the optometrist for the Air Force was because he was low bidder. He can't get patients because he's so bad. But the Air Force was willing to pay him to be their optometrist because they didn't care about quality. They just cared about a checkbox. So that made me go to the other side. I said, I'm not going to join the military. If they're going to treat their people that way, where they find not quality, but check boxes, is the lowest cost optometrist we got. That's good enough as long as we have an optometrist. I'm like, no, no, no. So I left because of that. I didn't join. However, I still felt like I had to do something for my country. So I reached out to a lot of my professors and other things, and I found that one of them had a friend because one of them had been in the also in World War II, and no, he had served in Korean War, the Korean War, and he had a friend that was a pilot that worked at General Dynamics, and they were looking for engineers to help with building the F-16s and F-111 aircraft. And so I was like, you know, I don't want to join the military because I don't like how they do their physical stuff, but I could join them, help design the weapons for our soldiers, and choose my own optometrist and medical stuff. So went there, got got a job there, worked there for 9 years before I left. So back to empathy. I am empathetic, me personally, to people that are pro-American and believe in military service and things that help our country and things of that nature. I'm pro people that do things that have nothing to do with military. That is a benefit to not only the U.S. but our people that want the U.S. to do well. They call us those allies. That's something term that's usually militarily, but I'm not talking about allies militarily. I'm talking about people who want us, the U.S., to be able to thrive and grow and take care of their people. Um, like Mexico. Mexico does not want us to go down because we're right next to them. They would like for us to thrive. They kind of feel sometimes we leave them out. And, I understand that, but that's okay. Them and them and us I like Mexico. I like the people from Mexico. I like Central America. I love people that are trying to come to my country, illegally or legally. I don't like the people that are bringing drugs into my country. That's the difference because a lot of the fentanyl deaths come through Mexico. So I am loyal to those people that love coming here. If you're from another country and you come to the US with the intention of getting a good job, helping build up our industry and supporting our industry, I love you guys. You are, or girls, whoever you are. I love you very much. You have helped many people, and I appreciate those your efforts. So that's my empathy, loyalty. I feel that way. I've got lots of friends that really hate the U.S. and how, oh, we colonialized and we destroyed industries and we don't help the poor and stuff like that. And I'm saying that in a vague term. They're actually right. And their empathy, I understand. And I think it's good because they should be keeping an eye out. Because a lot of times this stuff comes from areas that should be changed in our government. But I think overall, I am very happy with the desires of the U.S. and what it wants to get done. Not perfect, nowhere near it, but I do appreciate what they want to get done in the world to make it a better, safer place. Caveat, I don't want the U.S. to legislate uh, to force countries to do things with us where we come in and enforce it militarily. We can ask people to have fair elections. We should not go in and force them to have fair elections. I am not a big advocate of military force being used to make countries be more like what we want them to be. It's not a I was a fan of the Iraq War one because they attacked a country that was a peaceful country. I was not in favor of Iraq War two because they had given up and they had given back everything and we had punished them duly. So yeah, that's enough for this time. I'm going to talk more about loyalty one more time. I thought it was going to be a fairly short one, but boy, I really thrown out a bunch of stuff and I didn't realize there was so much in loyalty. So you guys have a good day. We will talk again soon. And you guys take care. Me and Luna are going to enjoy our morning.